And we are live. Another episode of Brownish Live. You guys know my co-host, the beautiful, the talented, the hilarious Sasha Merci.
Mucho thank yous, mucho thank yous.
Now, would that be your Oscar speech when you mucho thank you? Like, because
Mucho
everyone,
thank you to
I
everybody.
think we've all practiced some version of a speech we would give if we won an award. Just the,
Right.
who my, who,
I want to thank. I want to thank the bodega owner for always making the chopped cheese when I needed it. The bacon, egg, and cheese in the morning when I was on a go. Like, definitely.
yeah,
But
everyone's done. And you gotta like I can't forget nobody because you don't want that phone call. You don't want that your mother to call you. Pero qué pasó with you titi? Like I forgot. Damn it! I got everybody.
yeah, she
So
was there for your baptism.
yeah,
She saw you get baptized. And tú
yeah.
no dijiste nada.
And you didn't say thank you for the Oscar. She
I
helped
know.
you. So how you holding up? How you doing?
I am doing a lot better now. I feel like I was trying to figure out the balance of everything that's going on, but I feel like now I'm a lot better. I'm reading more, and I'm gonna say less. You know,
Okay.
because I always feel like on social media, I always want to rant and I always want to say something that triggers me really fast. Like if something triggers me, I'm like, oh, I gotta talk about it. Now I feel like you know what? Let me gather all of my thoughts and write an essay.
So if you were a meme, you would have been that. Hold my beer. I gotta go.
Yes, it would have been me. I feel like now, you know, what I'm going to do is I'm definitely going to talk less and
Uh,
I'm going to let my art speak for itself.
right.
And that's it. And hello, Alex, whoever that was.
Alex is saying hello. People are joining us. And we've got a special show today. We got a very special guest. I know this dude from way back, from back in New York, and we'll get into all of that. But he is one of the stars of the hit show on Netflix, Gentefied. Big up. Carlos Santos is in the house.
Señor
Yeah.
Santos.
¿Qué
Damn, I
está
forgot I said that for
pasando,
you.
mi
¿Cómo
gente?
está, señor? ¿Cómo
All
está,
right.
Todo
señor?
bien.
I know
Mira,
I know Carlos before the mustache.
dude,
Yo,
this
that,
has
yeah.
all started happening after my 30s. It's been a long journey. Puberty decided to finally, it was,
Really?
yeah. I didn't know
That's
it was
like,
possible.
You were,
It
you
did.
were,
It still takes a long ass time, by the way. Like,
dude, you were clean shaven like me. I'm jealous because I'll start growing facial hair, especially during the lockdown, because I don't, you don't go to do shows and nothing. I'm
right.
like, who am I gonna see? And it's all patchy. None of this grows connects. And I'm
That's what
always like,
happens here for me. Like, I will
wow.
never grow a beard. I will never grow a beard. Let me say it again. I will never grow a beard. This is like all I got. This is it.
Dude, I
well,
get so
that,
jealous of those alt comics that have those full beard. I just want to like,
Yeah.
can
Yeah. It's kind of upsetting that I mean, I honestly, this takes months, like months, like 2 to 3 months for it to look like normal. Like, you just I have to put in the time. But that's why I can't just make wild decisions. Can you shave it? No, dude, are you kidding? Like the commercial. Like, this is a choice. It's gonna take me. Like I was shooting some stuff and I was like, I'm scared that they're gonna say, hey, can you come in next week? And then I'll shave and be like, no, I can't. And it'll mess
like,
up the continuity. It'll be all the Superman, Henry Cavill
yeah, you're gonna have the weird
situation.
CGI lip. Just the
oh my God, yeah. That's
Yeah, yeah,
funny.
yeah. But
No,
yeah, happy to
that,
be here, guys. How y'all doing? Sasha, I think you should have two sections of your content. The one that's just like out the gate, not like filtered. You can say whatever, and people know that that's not gonna be as refined. And then you can have like a second section where you're like, oh, I've had my thoughts, I've had my time, and I could
right. But
really
people don't let me do that anymore. Now everything is
what?
just like, people are
Oh,
just like, I'm to the point right now where people are like, oh, did you just say this? Did you just say that? And it's just
yeah,
like, at this point, just leave me alone.
yeah, yeah.
And like
I
I
get it.
remember I put a video up on Twitter and they were already trying to cancel me like twice. And I'm like, you know what,
Damn.
before this becomes a real thing, let me take the
Yeah.
video. But it was really just a video about like you know, I'm Dominican and there's this ongoing joke that Dominicans don't acknowledge that they're black, right? But it's mostly like our grandparents that don't acknowledge that we're
Mm-hmm.
black. So I put the video up. I thought it was really funny, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, this is so funny! This is so funny!" And then somebody was like, "Read the room. This is not the time." And I'm like,
Damn.
"Whoa!"
Like,
So I kind of was like, you know what? Let me just delete this before this like goes out of hand. But
even so, like, should you have the authority to say these things? Like, do you?
I do have the authority to say
So,
it,
like,
but
people
I feel
always
like
want to have
I feel
that
like
battle.
People always want to give their 2 cents. It just happened to, I don't know if you guys follow Jenny Lorenzo, but she just got
Oh
this
yeah,
long message like, you're
yeah.
it's entertaining and leave the politics to the politicians. And it's as simple as, isn't our president a reality TV
show star,
show host?
exactly.
Well, not
Yeah.
even that. It's interesting that the sports game and like the entertainment is the only job that you can have where you got to shut up and can't say anything about it. Like you can't have an opinion. Like you could be a plumber and have all of the opinions. You can have any other job, but somehow you're like,
Right.
hey man, just come here and do my plumbing. I don't want to hear like what. Why are we different than anybody else that have opinions? It doesn't make any sense that people hold us accountable. Like, no, you're just supposed to entertain. You realize how crappy that sounds? Like you're trying to force somebody. Can I say shitty? I don't know what the laugh factory is.
Yeah, you can say it.
It's shitty.
No, I completely get it, man. I'm like, what? I'm not allowed to have opinions, but
Yeah.
you know what? I just didn't feel like arguing with people because I was already arguing with people throughout the whole week, and I'm like,
Sasha's been dealing with
I
it. She's been dealing with it. She's like, I'm going to pick my battles.
Yeah, I'm gonna
shut up and dribble jokes.
Yeah, right. I was just like, man.
Yeah, there are times I'll call Sasha and check in with her because, like, I see her content and like, hey guys, silly video. I know I see Sasha. All right, listen. I'm like, oh shoot.
When this happens, you gotta stick around for this.
Yeah, when I see Sasha talking to the camera, all right, I got a couple things. I'm like, I gotta call Sasha, make sure she's okay. Girl, you good?
Yeah, I'm
that was
like,
at
man,
least 15
like
claps.
Yeah,
what's good? Like, it's ridiculous at this point. But I saw. Did you guys see the Dave Chappelle?
Yeah, of course. Like the second it came out.
Yeah, I saw it, and I was just like,
So I've seen it like 2-3 times already. He is really turning into like that George Carlin figure. I think I was thinking about that, and I was reading about it, and it does make sense, man. He's definitely transitioning into something a whole different, like just a lot deeper. It's pretty wild.
It's so funny that we, with anything that happens, like everything that has been happening the last 2 weeks, like me and Sasha, we did an episode where we talked about stuff, and like my mind's got all these things happening, and then to watch Chappelle as he like just beautifully just puts it all together, and I'm like, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, right.
That's what I was saying.
Same.
Yeah. Thank you. And just that moment where he's like, you know, he's saying everything that he's saying, and then he goes, he's like, like talk about the pussy joke.
Yeah.
We're just like, thank you for just being able to, you know, make sense out of this time, but also finding the humor within it all. Because it's like, as a comedian, everything's happening, and you're like,
yeah.
like I'm just like, whoa, I don't even know.
Well, and that's the other thing too, is like we're all waiting for all these quarantine specials that are going to be coming. You know, like for comedians, TV shows. I think all this content that's going to come because of the quarantine and everything else. It's going to be wild.
Well, before we get to any of those specials, let's give Carlos a big congrats right here.
Hey, look at that! You made a title thingy. That's great. Look at this. Wow.
Now, was it bittersweet? Because you guys get the news and it's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
But is it like you guys can't get together to celebrate it?
Well, we've been kind of potting because a lot of us have been. I don't have anybody. I'm alone in my apartment. So like for the first few months, I was here. That's it. And like a lot of us too were like in the same situation. So at some point we started potting. So we started to kind of like hang out, make sure that we were all being like judicious about it. So we did actually get to hang out. We got to see each other.
Good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, I've been following your counterparts. Are we calling them that? Your
counterparts, colleagues,
your colleagues,
fellow actors.
JJ, he does like these workouts on Sundays.
Yeah, crazy.
Annie does Monday morning, like morning motivational.
Yeah.
What have you been doing, dude?
I wake up at 2 p.m. This has been the hardest thing. You're like, is it at noon? Fuck. Okay. You have no idea. I'm like, I gotta shower, wake up. No, I'm like on a vampire schedule. It's wild. I'm trying, but I can't. Sometimes I can't get any sleep till after 5 or 6. I try to go to bed at 2, but I just like lay there and then I don't wake. It's. I got graveyard shift.
But
I'm like European hours.
Even Marvin does like nightly, like on Fridays they have drinks and I'm like, where's Carlos? Is he all right?
Oh man, I mean at the beginning I was just doing a lot of stuff with like the abuelo and like some just like playing around, but like I'm not of the thing who's like, oh, people need to hear. They haven't seen me or heard about me. Let me get in this live real quick. So I'm just like trying to survive. Yeah. I should. I'll jump on anybody's thing for sure, but I'm not gonna be like, hey, what's up? Okay, I'm just gonna wait for a couple of people to get started. So what's up? It's Carlos. It's Friday.
It's Monday Dash Talk, guys.
Hey man, let's talk. Let's talk it out, man. Hey, shout out to I can't. Maybe one day, but I gotta ease into that kind of like self-generated attention-seeking stuff. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I think that because so many influencers have been giving people the power to love them, I feel like they're also giving them the power to cancel them. So it's like, so that's why like if you like do your job and you do a great job at whatever you are great at, right? You do it and then you're gone. There's no time for people to formulate an opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, they came, they did their job, they were amazing and they're good, you know? Mm-hmm. But it's like now because you're always on social media, you're always saying things and like influencers, like that's why I took a step back because I'm like, I might say the wrong thing. But right now they're like trying to cancel like this girl, B. Simone, because she said something.
What did she say?
She said that she wouldn't date a 9-to-5er.
Oh, wow. They really look for, which I can understand. You know what it is? People just stop having positive intentions over, like, this is like a term. Like literally everything, it's like Miranda rights. Everything you say and do will be held against you, again, you know, at the court of public opinion. Like I understand where that could be I understand that statement, but I could also see how it could be like the worst thing that could say. Mm-hmm. So everybody went with the worst thing.
Yeah, everybody went with the worst thing versus like what she was trying to say is like, yo, I'm always out. I'm always like doing business. I'm here. I'm there. I'm not gonna be able to be with a 9-to-5er that's only like work.
And having to explain.
Understand that. Yeah. You know, but yeah. So
So what happened?
She was just got, you know, people.
She got fired and now she's working a 9-to-5.
No.
The irony.
No, they tried to pick something else, and it was like her book. She sold these books, and then they were talking about plagiarism, and then it just went from 9-to-5er to like all of a sudden plagiarism, and then you know there's things now that she's trying to work on and make sure she corrects the incident that happened about plagiarism in her book. And like she's working on that. But it's still like it went from 9-to-5er to like, yo, you do a plagiarism. And I'm like, damn, this is like a lot. But that's what happens when you give the social media too much power.
Yeah.
You know, you give these people too much power. You're giving them the power to cancel you as well.
You gotta,
the right thing and like addressing that plagiarism thing. But what you said?
No, I was gonna say that a lot of times you really have to pick and choose who you like engage with. Like it's okay to have people comment. It's okay to listen to like, you know, because that's what we're doing. We're trying to share something. But a lot of times I think it's okay to put people in where they are. And a lot of times, or at least for me, I try to like, okay, if I know that people are saying a wild thing that has nothing to do and they have no context, I automatically just don't, like I try to be like, I'm not going to engage you because there's never going to be a time where you're going to be like, you're right, I didn't see it this way. That'll never happen on social media. So I don't even bother. Because it happens, like even with the best intentions, something would all be like, you know, like you'll say something like, yeah, but what about this other people, man? I can't believe you said this about, you know, it's like, it's a never ending, la gente le va a buscar 20 patas al gato all the time, at all times.
And it's this constant need of feeding your ego and just having people just put you on this pedestal. Because at the end of the day, if you keep on, like you're gonna want people to like to pretty much just like everything that you do. And like I remember Kylie Jenner being one of those people that like everything she did, everybody was like, oh my God, like Kylie just put up a selfie, Kylie just did this, Kylie just did that. Oh, Snapchat went down when she stopped using it. Like all of these things happen, and then you come to find out that she has this company, then she becomes a billionaire, but now she's not a billionaire. She was never a billionaire.
What? It was all lies? It was a reality show?
They were inflating the numbers.
Man, I am behind. I didn't know about all
this. But it's just like being famous for being famous.
Oh, sure.
It's a
I treat all social media like the train, like the subway in New York. Like those awful comments are just a crazy person yelling, some random. Nah, Latinos gotta go down. Like, all right, man, I'm just not gonna make eye contact. I'm just trying to get to my destination, and I'm not gonna feed into it, because if you feed into it, it becomes this.
You're gonna look through them, man. No,
yeah.
What?
Hope
Wait, one more stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. One more stop of this crazy.
So I feel like we are coming close to being back to normal. Like we're seeing a bunch of different establishments open up. I don't know if you guys see the light at the end of the tunnel there. Sort of. I know.
What were you gonna say?
I know Carlos works out. Like, have you seen this? Like this gym right here is trying so hard to get back into.
I never seen. That's hilarious. Yo, that looks like
they've created workout pods.
That makes sense.
So you can go work out in your own little pod. This is down in Redondo Beach.
I really feel like this is performance theater. If people are gonna get it, it's gonna jump over the thing. Like it's only gonna make you feel better about it. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It just seems so silly, but I don't know. They should just have gyms out in the open. That's probably a lot easier.
Yeah,
start making outside gyms.
Like in Florida, people were protesting to reopen the gyms, and they were working out outside, and it's like, what's the point of it? You're getting your workout in right now.
You're doing it.
And I wonder with these little pods if you get to bring all your equipment into that little pod.
I think the pod has a bench. It's got all the weights that you would need. So
and then what do you?
Right.
You don't need to
schedule the pods, and then people come and
that's how I was thinking too, right?
Like when people take forever and they don't share. And
if you're not working out, can you just stand outside the pod like an aquarium and watch you work out?
Oh, wow,
how do you spot someone like from far away?
Yeah, you can't.
Can I get a spot? Hold on.
Right. Well, a spacesuit. You come out of the spacesuit and just be like working out. That's interesting.
I've seen comedy clubs opening up, but comedy clubs haven't taken it that far of putting up plexiglass or anything. Or doing any kind of extreme distancing. Like I've seen no mask, you can't get entry. Like
no mask, you get it, but once you get in, you can take it off. Right?
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Is that how?
I know that there are certain like restaurants that they check your temperature and you come in with a mask and they spray you down with like your hands or whatever. And once you come in, you can take off the mask because you gotta eat. So a lot of that stuff too is like they're trying to figure out, like, you can't wear a mask, you can't consume. So if you can't drink and eat, then they're not making any money. Like the movie theaters are trying to figure out, like, what they're gonna do because people need to eat popcorn. You know, I think you should have like a face shield.
This restaurant did a bumper car table, so like you have your own little bumper.
They just look like a bunch of toddlers, like a daycare. Like if you can walk around.
Right, like I want my baby. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's funny because
by the way, in the picture, you see them like cheering. That's the germs. Here's my open.
They are actually cheersing.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So it's like, here's my open drink container. Here's your open drink container, and we're gonna touch them. But I drank it.
They just don't get it.
So now, if you were performing at a comedy club, you want mask on or you want mask off?
I mean, I'm far away enough. I don't care.
You guys are going to get it, but not me. I'm far enough.
Yeah. You guys laugh at your own. I don't know. Unless they put microphones in the mask so that we can hear the laughter better. So it doesn't sound muffled.
You're not even seeing them smiling and enjoying it. You see it just.
You're like, man, everybody's just got to really work hard on smizing.
Yeah. If you see these eyes, you know people are laughing.
Yeah, you don't know if somebody's pissed off. You know, it's going to be easier for heckling because then it'll be like, hey, who said that? You're not going to be able to tell.
Should it be like, you guys ever go to the Brazilian restaurants where you got to put the thing up for more meat?
Yeah.
Like I'm smiling, like a smiling sign. So you're like, okay, I'm doing well. Because now you're not going to see that one guy that doesn't smile or doesn't laugh because he can just be covered the whole show.
Mm. Isn't it liberating though to walk around with a mask and not have to put a face? Like you can have like You know, when you're looking, they say that when you're watching when you're in your home and you're looking at a computer, you have serial killer face. You've ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Because you're not like performing for anybody.
Yeah.
And there's something liberating walking around where it's like, oh, I don't care. It doesn't matter what my face is doing.
Mm.
And I didn't realize how much I'm, like we're all aware of like how people are looking at us at all times. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm just like, I have like.
Well, I've done. I don't know if you guys have done it. Like I'll be out with the mask, like shopping or something, and I do them. And I'm he hasn't seen this.
Yeah. Yeah. When first I started going to the supermarket, I'm like,
yeah.
That's why I fake a hat. That's what I do.
I do a hello.
Yeah.
No, definitely. I never realized that because I'm always having like resting bitch face. I'm like, so now it's like, yeah, it's true. It's liberating because you're like, I don't have to ask for nobody.
Yeah, I didn't know until I started doing these live streams, and the first couple, like a lot of the comments would be like, "Yo, Erik looks pissed because listening, I'm not." And then I was like, "Oh, I gotta work on my face," and I'm like, all right, am I good? I'm smiling. All right, cool.
You're overdoing it.
Yeah, man.
You gotta find the middle ground.
Yeah.
So people think that you're always pissed.
Yeah. People think I'm always pissed. Like, are you okay? People have come up to me and be like, are you okay? Because I'm like, I'll be like, yeah, I am fine. Like, what do you want?
Oh, okay. Like, you should smile more.
Here's another one. The strip clubs are now doing drive-through. So you're legit driving through.
Drive-through. Oh my God. Is
that
real? Is that real?
I've heard comedians are going to start doing drive-in theaters.
Oh, didn't Dave Chappelle say the thing where people were honking? I was like, that seems like a recipe for
Dude, I know it's happening in New York. There's a parking lot where you go and you're performing on the back of a pickup and the cars honk because it's so loud with the environment noise.
That's gross.
I would rather have laughter than honks.
That's gross. That's triggering. Because honking for me, every time I hear, I'm just like, something bad's happening. Like I can't, my whole life honking has never been a positive.
Right.
Like even when people are just like celebrating and they're honking, I'm just like, So I can't imagine unless people start coming out with different types of honking, which I feel like that should have been done a long time ago. We should have different. So like in Puerto Rico, people get upset about getting honked, and then they begin the fights in the middle of the intersection because of the honking. So I feel like they should have like a as opposed to like a I don't know.
Well, yeah, if you have
nuance.
If you have a Prius, you have the eek.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's not
I'm so upset.
Yeah, it's not a manly beep.
Right. For these drive-thrus, they need to have like a honk for the girls, right? It's like, hey girl, get it. Because it's like, it's true. Because if you're honking, it's like, it's more like, get the fuck out the way. So it's like, like it's gonna be startling.
But is it drive-through? Like, do they get like to go slow? So now the girls are gonna know if they're not interested, how quickly they drive by or how slow they drive by.
Right.
Like,
I think if you're really excited, you put the windshield wiper fluid on. Just
yeah. It's harder to make it rain, but I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Right. They already have like the money guns, so you put your dollars in. And just do it.
Now they have the tubing from the bank, so you put the thing on the tube and go, and then it goes up to the pole, and then she receives the cash and she stuffs it in the.
I think that's a great idea. I find it so weird because the other day, right, I was going to my friend's house, and then I was just saying how some things are open and some things aren't. Like I just saw that EPLP is open, and there was like a huge line.
Well, because
they're still open.
Rooftop, right? Because I guess it's easier.
Yeah, but I wonder I wanted to go inside just to see like how they were handling the situation, because I'm like, how is it still open? And then it'll be like, then the other stores and the other restaurants will be like completely barricaded and shut down. And I'm like, wow, this is fucking weird.
Yeah,
this is weird.
So yeah,
this comedian says that they're doing high beams for laps.
Highlights for laps. Yeah.
You get flashed. Which is good because when you're that's what you want. You want blinding lights.
Right. You're like,
You're like, I think you're happy, and then the fog lights is get the hell out. You're done.
Yeah.
You'll probably put through the fog lights. That's it.
Man, it's a crazy time. It's a crazy time.
Oh, they should just learn Morse code. That'll be great. That's it. We solved it. People would just do like Morse code laughter. LOL. That's it.
Now, do you guys think when you guys come back for season 2, will there be any reference to
We're gonna find out.
Corona? Because I think that's gonna be the big thing. Will shows even mention it or not?
Yeah,
it didn't.
That's what I was saying earlier. It's like I wonder how much, because they always say, and I've been saying this, like you always hear write what you know, but it's at this point it's like, do we really want to hear about Corona? Like, don't like. I think we're gonna be saturated. I think somebody's gonna do it eventually. Obviously, the first people are gonna get a chance, but I feel like there's fatigue. Like we've been living through it. Like we don't want to see it. It's too soon. Like literally too soon to be seeing like a whole last TV show about people getting together in the quarantine. Like it's just I don't know.
Like that's my biggest fear when we get back up on stage. Number one, I feel like the good comics you'll reference it because it's the elephant in the room. We just went through it, so you have to say something like, "Oh my God, I'm seeing people," or "I'm out," whatever it is. And then the fear is like my material, like going back and looking at it, because like now I'm like, all right, clubs are gonna start opening up. Like, what am I gonna talk about? It's all lies. It's all like, yeah. So me and my wife were out the other night. No, you weren't.
Were you?
Were you?
Yeah.
Shut down. What are you talking about?
Yeah. We
My son went to school. No, he didn't. They're all home.
Yeah.
All right.
I think everybody's gonna have to pretend like that the quarantine didn't happen if we want to tell these jokes that are nice.
Right.
Yeah, you ever been to a movie? They're shut down.
It doesn't work. Concert. Yeah, that sucks. I don't know. I think people are gonna have to do like an opening, like a warm up, like a couple minute about it, so that people can like, okay, and then you can just go into. Because it's also true if you like act like you don't, people are gonna be like, oh, wait, what? Like that's not. I had so much material from January, and then like after March, like I can't use it anymore. It has nothing to do with. It sucks. I gotta get rid of it.
Yeah. Oh my God. I feel like there's a way to address it, especially for like TV shows and stuff. Like it's like if it's the end episode of
previously on.
Yeah, if it's like the end episode and then the next season you're like, okay, like you don't even talk about it. It's like post Corona or whatever. Because it's like no, I don't think that there's any way that we can really like, because I've even tried to make like sketches about like living in it. I make jokes about like all these things that are happening and like how I feel about it, but like the actual interaction with another person, like it's very weird. Everything is just online. Everything is literally online. It's just very weird.
It is inevitable because we're gonna be living with it for a while, and people are just, it's funny because what I'm picturing is like there's gonna be comics that be like quarantine, right? And then that's it. That's all. Like it's just gonna be like, I can't touch anybody. So it's like, I mean, there's definitely a high art form for processing that stuff, but I know that people are just gonna get, it's like how many subway, like you talk about people that live in New York that they got their tight 15 on the subway.
Yeah, I feel bad for any comic that had like a nice 20-minute chunk on hugs. And now it's all gone. Oh man. Now, here's a question for you. We had your colleague Julissa on a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about because everybody this is like almost at the beginning of the whole lockdown, and people were freaking out, like, oh my God, this is gonna be the zombie apocalypse kind of thing. And I was like, if that was the case, who would you want from your cast as the character to be in a zombie apocalypse with? And I'm gonna be honest with you, Carlos. I was the only one that picked Chris.
Really? Was it good kick?
And they all went Erik, JJ's character, because they're like, oh, he'll fight a zombie. He'll just fight a zombie. And I was like, all right, first of all, he's gonna be too macho. He's gonna be too fist fighting everybody. He's gonna get bit.
That's true. He's gonna get too like whatever they do. He's gonna be too like worked up or emotional about it. Yeah, you're right. I think I would be of better service. I would be cooking. I would making stuff out of it.
What character would you want to be?
I would say Julissa. His character is Jessica. Because she can like make things happen, and then when she gets mad, people listen, and like And I'm not talking about the zombie because I feel like a lot of times it's zombies. It's not about the zombies. It's about the people. You notice that once you like get around the zombie problem, it's really dealing with a lot of people. So I feel like So I'm looking at it from the once we're like all in Walking Dead world, and we gotta deal with some people. I think Jessica would poner las cosas en orden. I think so.
I think that makes sense. That makes a lot.
Thank you, Sasha.
Yeah, Sasha did not pick you. Your character, Carlos. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Okay. It's true.
So we got a fun new game for you, Carlos. We've never played this on the show.
What?
I know. So get ready. It's called ¿Qué pasa here?
¿Qué pasa
So
here?
we found fun pictures of you.
Oh boy.
And Sasha are going to guess what's happening. And then you're going to tell us the truth story behind the picture.
Wait, hold on. You're going to show a picture, then what am I going to do?
You're not going to do anything. Me and Sasha are going to guess what's happening in the picture.
And then I got to say if it's true,
And then you're going to tell us at the end, you're going to reveal the true story.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Okay. Oh, good Lord.
Ready, Sasha?
Sasha's having... Oh.
All right, I'm gonna guess in this picture, this is the point where Carlos's family got tired of him. They put him on a horse and they just shipped him off because I don't understand why all the adults are a good 30 feet away from you. They take all your belongings. They're like, "Hey, man, it's time to go on your journey, become a man. You're on your own." And then Sasha's gone. We lost Sasha.
Did we? Yeah.
It's a zombie apocalypse.
She didn't even want to look. She looked at the pictures. She's like, I'm out.
I love the show. I appreciate you. Thank you, Sasha and Erik, for hosting Brownish because Brown is the best in town without apology. Thank you, Mikey. Let's see if she comes back. So why don't you tell us what's going on in this picture, dude?
So I feel like I don't know. I think all kids, Latino kids, at some point will have a picture on a horse, and I think if you dig back, you'll find it. And this is me. This was in El Campo, mi familia in Puerto Rico that live in Juntas, in Jayuya.
Wait, your family's not Juntas?
Yeah, I have family up there. Yeah, my mom's side of the family is from Juntas. Yeah,
that's where my dad's family is.
Oh, right on. We probably know because it's literally like every time people are like, "Oh, you're from Jayuya, Juntas," and then somehow I get the names and my mom's like, "Yep, I grew up with them." Yeah.
Yeah, it's the smallest little town ever. Like once you're there half a day, people know who you are. Everybody knows you.
Yeah.
Like I've been there where I go every couple of years, but like they forget who I was. Then I'd show up, and then you could see people like, "Who's that guy?"
You gotta start over again every year.
And then half the day they're like, "Oh, el hijo de ba," and they know the whole history. And I'm like, "Oh, have I been here long?" And they're like, "No, it's a small town. That's all."
So it's great. So yeah, that's la finca de mi tío, and so I got to ride a horse. Now, and also, back in the day, people didn't care. That's why they're all far away. Like I probably could have taken off.
They were socially distant.
They could have taken out. I could have taken off and be like, "Oh, he'll be fine. He'll learn. He'll learn."
It's a grown horse. It's a kid. What's gonna happen? Let him go. Hold on. We got Sasha back.
Sasha.
There she is.
Here we go. Here it is. Oh.
Back to Puerto Rico.
Hey.
Oh, she's frozen. Is she? Hello?
Man.
No. Sasha.
She's having a tough day today.
A lot of static, Sasha.
A lot of static. Is she waiting is she trying to think how she's gonna she's frozen or she's just trying to see how she's gonna static, she's still looking at the picture.
No, she's gone.
Oh, wow. Has this happened before?
This has never happened before. In the history of Brownish, this is the first.
I'm so sorry.
How often were you going to Puerto Rico before the whole lockdown?
I've always gone every year of my life. I always tried to spend the holidays. So my family's in Florida, but my childhood friends and all my best friends are still in Puerto Rico. So I honestly, my whole lifetime, I have not been away from Puerto Rico for the holidays 4 times in my whole lifetime. I try to always go Christmas and then New Year's. I try to go to Puerto Rico. So yeah, every year. Sometimes I get to go once or twice, depending if I can get away. But
Right. And
For
what
sure.
does your family like? Do they get this dream of yours, like you coming to LA, and do they
Yeah, man.
want to fight like? Because I'll tell you now, like sometimes with my family, it's almost like I'll call them, hey guys, I'm gonna do this thing, and they're like, oh, that's nice. Listen, your sister just got a brand new car, and it's like, wait, how
Oh,
is it
the
same?
milestones are they're more tangible milestones for your family. I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, so like they get it, but they don't. Like they don't get it until somebody goes, oh, I saw your son, blah blah blah, doing this, and then they go, oh, and then
Yeah.
they call me like, oh, you're doing a. Why didn't you tell me you were doing a show? And it's like, I
I
told you.
did, but you didn't. But you were out to talk about the car.
You were telling me that your back was hurting. That's what you
Yeah.
thought was
More important than the conversation. I've been doing it long enough that like I feel like when I got MTV, that was like the confirmation in terms of like work back in the day when I did MTV Tres. So like when you're starting out, I'm sure they were scared for me to leave Puerto Rico to be out on my own. I went to California, I went to Fresno State, then I moved to LA. So I think at the beginning, there's always probably that concern. But I feel like as soon as I booked that thing, it was like, oh, okay, he's gonna be working. I think that's a tangible to say, like moving to New York to be on a TV show or to work on something. I think is like for them to be like, all right, because we're all going up and downs. Like I've had times where I'm not working, but I feel like I got lucky in that a few years into it, I got to have something that could be like, yeah, he could. My family could be like, yeah, my son's doing this thing,
right.
But yeah, I mean, it's weird because otherwise they don't understand if I'm not doing like something like like a series or whatever. If you're just like gigging or you do a commercial or two, like they're like, "Are you okay with money?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Like residuals and like everything kind of like adds up, and you get into like a rhythm as a
yeah. This happens to me sometimes because my mom will be like, "Oh, you good?" And I don't think she understands like sometimes the ridiculous amount of money for shooting something. In her head's like, oh, what do you get, like $50? And it's like, no. Not, we're not rich by any means, but like when you like go do a commercial, like, I remember the first time I booked the commercial, I was like, I just gotta book these like every so often.
I mean, literally, that saved my life, changed my life. Yeah. I also feel like for me, like I'll do a couple commercials in 1 year and they'll be really good. And then like for the next year, I don't really work at all, but that literally, those commercials can like pay for the next year. Mm-hmm. So it's like one of those two was my family sees that I'm not working. I was like, yeah, but I still got that thing from that McDonald's money is still so it's different definitely because if you don't come from this, it's hard to understand for sure if you're used to like more of like a career, a 9 to 5 in a positive. I'm not saying, guys, please. I mean 9 to 5 in a positive.
I've had family tell me like, hey man, listen, if this doesn't work out, you can get it. The Stop and Shop, like Enterprise, good quality jobs.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yeah, I'm good, guys.
And also like we've been doing it long enough, like like how it works, right? There's always ups and downs, but like for like family that I've had family go, well, maybe it's time to give it up, right? Because you haven't worked, and you gotta get a real job now. You had a good run. It's like, no, that's not how it works. Like you go through a rough patch, but then like hopefully you keep working at it and you get it.
One thing I do like, I've known you since New York, and I've seen you move out here. And the one thing I always admired about you is you do hustle. Like a lot of people don't see that. Like I know you were out here, and it might have been one of those periods where people think, "Oh, he's not working," but you did a movie, a paranormal movie, like doing something. Then you did you started doing the improv, and you guys Spanish Aquí Presents. So like you're a guy that like when people don't see what's because sometimes like people only see what they see on TV and they don't like the work behind.
Yeah, for a long time people were like, man, that guy from MTV Tres, what happened to him? But for me, it was like I needed to like go away and start from scratch because I mean we talked about that before too. I was only seen as a host, and I definitely wanted to move away from that and try to like concentrate on acting and comedy. As you know, sometimes it's hard for people to see you in any other form. So I think a lot of that when I left New York and I came back, it was like I'm gonna literally start from scratch and try to like focus on that stuff. But a lot of people don't understand how the process goes. And yeah, I was like, now people are like, where did this guy come? He came out of nowhere. I was like, no, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sasha's back.
Hey, Sasha, how
I
you doing?
know. I don't know. My phone totally gave
Remember
up on
when
me.
y'all
I
thought
heard
that
you
I was
guys.
gonna have problems with my?
Well, I started hearing you guys and like you guys started to sound like aliens. It was like you guys were talking. It was like
And you were
like,
blaming
what's
us
going
for
on?
it. And you were blaming us.
You know what?
And like it's
I
like,
don't
hey,
know
you
what
guys just think
happened.
sounds weird. It's like, yeah, it's
Bye
us.
bye. Yay, Sasha. Get
I was
back.
like,
Dude,
yeah, I'm
the people were
back.
getting really uncomfortable with just listening to us talk. So I'm really glad that you came in. Like this was
Well,
getting
no,
really weird. People were like, well, what's
I'm
Sasha's got to say about this?
it's funny because the thing goes, it's like, ¿qué pasa here? And it's like, exactly, like, what the heck
¿Qué pasa?
happened?
Yeah.
I was here and then I'm gone. I just came into the conversation when you guys are talking about like your journey, but I remember you when you were the host at MTV Tres, and I was actually in the crowd.
You did?
I was actually,
Damn.
I was
you
actually
did tell me.
in the crowd. I did tell you this.
Well, yeah,
I was
but
like,
for the
look
sake
at
of
this.
this live thing.
That was a thing. Yeah.
Oh, tell me more. I didn't.
Did you
Yeah,
have
I
one of
was
those
there.
signs?
Which the Aventura show? Which show did you come and see? Like, were you in the crowd?
It was the Maná show.
Wow, that was 2006.
Yeah, I was there. I was there in the crowd, and I remember just thinking like, "Oh my god, I'm here at MTV."
Sasha, did you make a
So
sign
amazing.
for the crowd? Did you have a sign? I'm a Santo maniac.
You're like, I'm not a big fan of Mana, but it doesn't matter. I'm here.
I'm just here. Like it was so funny because it was just like I was coming out of school, and then someone was like, "Hey, you want to be at MTV Tres?" I was like, "Hell, fucking yeah!" And it was dope.
Yeah, because that was at the beginning of it. It was like the first 6 months of like the channel like starting out. It was a lot of work, man. It was a lot of work. And then Erik, we met like it was 2009 because we were doing ESL. That's you came in, right? That's wild.
All I remember is I would come into the offices and it was Carlos, and it just a harem of beautiful women, and I'd always be like, "What does he do up here?" They're like, all of them work for the show. They're all producers.
It was female heavy. Like it was not a lot of us out at MTV Tres, so it was.
It was literally like novela type. They're like, "Oh, hi, you here to read?" Just
yeah,
you're here for the audition. Yeah. And you know what's wild? You know, Tony also did those auditions that you did, and then Rogelio Perez, Rojo. Yeah. So it's really interesting because it's fun to like to see like with Tony, he did like a sketch for that show, and then I didn't meet him until I moved out to LA. So, and now we're working together. So it's so wild that how like as the world turns. We have a picture of me and Erik and Wilmer Valderrama because when we were all clean shaven, like that's out there somewhere in the world. We really did look. We got it. Oh man.
People would come up, dude.
Oh yeah, that happened. You did when I did Reyes of Comedy, and then when you did Reyes of Comedy, did the same thing to me.
Dude, it was so funny. Like I had so many instances where people thought I was you, or people thought I was Wilmer, and I could see in their eyes. I could see in their eyes when they realized they had the wrong guy. Like what event I was doing. And this lady was like, "Oh, can I get an interview?" I was like, "Sure." And she started asking me a question, and I could just see in her face, her realizing, "Oh, this is not the guy." Like she started asking me a question about like ESL or something, and I just
yikes.
Okay, you know what? We're good here. Thank you so much.
But I had to. But the year that you did Reyes of Comedy, I remember people were like, they didn't even like. I just started pretending I was you because there was really nothing I could do. Because I'd be like, "No, that's not me." He's like, "No, yes, you are. What are you talking about? You're funny, man." I was like, "Okay, yeah, it's me. It's Erik. Like, what do you want? Like, I can't convince you otherwise." It's pretty wild.
So Sasha, you missed the whole game. We played the whole game.
I know. The sucks.
Me on a horse. What is your thing? Like, you have a chance. I was a little
Here
boy
on
a horse.
We got more pictures, Sasha. So I'll let you do your story. Go ahead, Sasha. What do you think's going on here?
I think that they are teaching him how to ride a pony. Is that a pony or a horse?
You're so literal, Sasha.
They're teaching him how to ride a pony. That's what it is.
But all the adults are like 30 feet back. What are you talking about? So how they teach?
I don't know. Well, it could be that they teach him by letting him do it. You know what I mean? Like,
back in the day, hands up.
I just do it. Yeah, hands up. Let's see. Oh my god.
He said,
Somebody got to be pulling him.
no, nobody's pulling him. He got the reins.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He said that's just his uncle's finca in Puerto Rico, and it's the photo he had to get.
Yeah, everybody has one. I feel like.
All right, here's the next photo. You guys ready?
Oh boy, here we go. Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say this was Carlos when he went through his animal activist phase. And he would just shame people. Oh, you like bacon? You like chuleta? Let me introduce you to Dolly the pig.
Oh my god, are you like an animal whisperer? I didn't get so close to that pig. I would have been.
It was Carlos's short-lived show, Cesar Milan style, where he was the pig whisperer. No one bought into it though.
The cerdito whisperer.
Yep.
Right, what's happening there, man?
So that's my cousin. No, that's and I wish you wouldn't be so mean. No, this was in the Bahamas. There's like a. I didn't realize it. Like that's a very Instagrammy thing. We were there for like a birthday. I was with a group of people, and then they take you like into this little island, and then they're just hanging. These pigs are just hanging out in the water, so they know already. So they live in the island, and people come every day, and they basically feed them. So they're living the life, man. They're just laying in the beach. They're getting in the water. It is a treat, and it's so weird to see them just like bouncing around in the water.
Yeah,
it's somewhere in the Bahamas. I can't remember. I think where I went to was Eleuthera. I can never say it. Eleuthera. Bahamas, but it's like a tiny little.
Who's the dude behind you? Because I know they say pig is the other white meat. I think that dude right there.
I don't know. He was another person that was there, like, because different boats always show up and they let like different groups hang out by the beach. So I didn't know him, but he should have stayed there a little longer. Para que cogiera un poquito de color. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. An aquatic pig. What the heck? What is going on here?
All right, Sasha, I'll let you go and take the lead on this one.
Oh my god, what is that? I know I see your leg up. It's like that's like the pose that you do when you're talking on the phone, when you like G-Magging on the phone, on a cord phone. But what is that? I don't even know what's next to it. What is that fluffy thing next to you?
This was, I'm gonna say this is Carlos when he first started stand up. He was the Puerto Rican Jeff Dunham.
That's what I was thinking. Like, what is that funny thing?
Oh my god!
It's like a Sesame Street. It's like auditioning for Sesame Street.
It is. Without context, this picture is so great. It's fantastic.
Okay, Carlos,
this was when I did the CBS Diversity Showcase back a long ass time ago, and one of the sketches they were like doing puppets. So we just so that's one of those like puppets with the thing that you kind of move it around. They got the string, and then they got the wooden thing so they can walk around. So that's
why is your leg up?
Oh, because I'm like talking to it like Sesame Street style. Like I'm just like down at the level of the puppet, kind of like talking to it or whatever. It's supposed to evoke that like I'm having a moment with a Muppet or a puppet. It's my new dating profile picture. Yes. Yeah. Yo, this picture got me laid. You know what I mean?
Yo, that's the perfect Tinder pic, though. To be honest,
it's sensitive. It shows that.
Yeah, he's so sensitive. He must love
He talks.
That and the horse and the pig. Oh my god, I kill.
Well, hold on, we got more.
He talks when he's lonely. That's so cute.
Here we go.
Oh. Okay.
Oh man.
All right. That's not CGI?
That is not.
That is real.
That's real?
Not only is it not CGI, look at me holding on to another camera, like literally with no. I did this thing and I literally just had the camera, no safety. Like if I could have dropped it, like that's how wild.
You like this? You like I'm living my life. Man.
So what y'all think?
Where was this though? Where was this? Was that mountain behind you? Do you know the name?
This was in South Africa when I went for a World Cup in 2010.
I'm gonna say this was when you went skydiving with a short-lived company because that is not the way he was supposed to be strapped in.
Yeah.
Right. Gliding. You ended up gliding.
Yeah, paragliding, I think it's called. What is it? It wasn't. It was.
Is that? Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was like I forget the name of the mountain.
Not why are you guys seated? Is this like lazy boy
Yeah.
skydiving?
Yeah, it was like a weird suit where I was like I felt like a child in front, like when like a not like one of those things where they carry a child like a whatever you call that thing. That's basically but for like adults, and you're just supposed to run and like jump off a cliff, and then they like take over and they kind of like move you around.
Wait, so you're running? He's on your back.
Yeah, he's on my back, and we all have to run up down a cliff. It was very weird. We had to do it really quickly because it's all based on wind. So and we were trying to shoot a segment for it. So I have a video on YouTube where he's just like he doesn't care. I'm trying to interview him, and he's like not even paying attention. I'm like, "Hi, this is do it for like there's a camera." He's like, "No, we gotta do this thing. We gotta get on and run." And the whole time I'm like, I feel like I have heard no explanation. But then I just started running, and he just kind of like it's Cape Town. It was in Cape Town.
Okay. But who took that picture? So that was
so he had like a selfie stick.
Because it looks like you're like, wait, hold on. You're like, hold on. Like your face is like, I'm not ready.
Yeah. Like he doesn't. He basically like I knew it was a picture because he just went like that, like he stuck it out, and I'm like, oh, what? Like he literally like there was no communication.
I love that he didn't want to take a picture on your camera, or interview on your camera, but he had his own camera. Like, no, we're doing my show.
Yeah, you could tell this guy's over it. He's been doing it for so long. He's like, all right, get on my chest. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna land. Pay me some money, and then I got another one. I gotta go back up the mountain. Like that guy. I hope he retired.
He probably is not.
That was like 10 years ago. I hope he's doing better.
All right, last pick we got.
What the heck is this?
Yeah.
Was this your emo stage? Is this like when you were like listening to Evanescence?
Yeah.
And like Blink-182.
Am I saying, or you guys are gonna have your theories first? Whatever.
Wait, hold on. Is this like high school? Is this like this who you were in high school?
I'm gonna say you and him tried to start a band called Latimo.
Oh my God, Lastima.
Yeah. People just don't get us.
People, God. You know, Mom, we're gonna be big. Yeah. Mom, have you ever heard of Mana? We're gonna be killed.
You guys said a lot of stuff like, why has it got to be black beans?
Brown beans also work. That was a sketch I did for MTV Thrus. It was the sketch was called Indie Rocker Jingle Writers, and that guy, he's Martin Chan. He was in a band called Volumen Cero. He's like a legit rocker, and he was co-hosting with us that week. So I thought I'd do, and and jingle writing is such a like non-rocker punk thing to do. So we kind of were just playing around with those characters, and so I got like an extension thing, and I didn't realize I looked so much. This is all like, it's pretty wild. I have like the son of Pete Wentz and Prince put together. I think like that.
Yeah, you do look like Prince. Yeah. Is that goatee real or like that was?
That was like I had like. I think it was like heightened with like makeup.
Okay.
It was all, and that was like literally a clip on. Like I didn't have that hair. So
by the way, that's when your facial hair isn't anything. When you got it and you're like, oh, this is good. And they go, no,
we gotta put a little makeup.
Yeah, we gotta let you know that
I didn't have 2 months to get ready for this, so I couldn't. You know what I mean? This is literally. Yeah. This is like a week of not shaving.
I know you said the horse picture, the pig picture, and the one with the puppet got you laid. This one, not so much.
Yeah. No, that got the opposite effect.
This is probably a lot of girls going, what's this?
Actually, back in the day, that was the look. Everybody, I don't know, Fallout Boy.
Yeah, Fallout Boy.
Yeah.
Fallout Muchachito.
Because of the emo kids, like that was the precursor to TikTok now, having all the e-boys and e-girls or whatever that is happening.
Yeah.
All right, man, before we let you go, we play a little game called Quarantine Confession where you get to confess something that you've been doing during quarantine. Don't have to be. You don't have to tell us you hit a dead body or anything. Where like it can range from anywhere from like, oh, there was 1 week I didn't shower for 4 days, or now like the one I did, I had never seen an episode of The Wire, and now I'm catching up. I know.
Are you hooked now?
I'm hooked. It took a little bit to get going, but because the first couple episodes for me, since I'd never seen it, was that's Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
That's Idris Elba.
You're like all these people that came out of the show. Yeah.
Because I was like, I didn't know he was in this.
That's what happens to a lot of shows like Friday Night Lights. A bunch of like favorite, like good, like came out of it, but I've never seen the show either. For me, I haven't done something as embarrassing as not watch The Wire, but
wow.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I've never seen it. I have to see it. I'm kidding. I have to watch it too. I feel like probably the eating is I started baking. You know, like people started baking bread. Well, I don't have the patience for that. So what I did is I started making 2-ingredient bread. And if you've never heard of that, it's basically you just grab a pint of ice cream and you get some self-rising flour. You literally put it together, you put it in the oven, and bread comes out. Because all of the ingredients
You're
you
lying.
need, I'm not lying. All the ingredients you need for bread are in ice cream. Literally. So what you do is you get like a pint of ice cream, but it has to be like real ingredients. So try to make sure like the good kind, because a lot of times you can buy like they have like the chemicals or whatever. But try to get like a little bit more. So it's like egg, cream, like all that stuff. Literally, you put it on the microwave, lo mezcla con el flour. You put it in the oven for 45 minutes in one of those like pans, and you get bread.
So you make
so it's not as artisanal as a sourdough process. So, you know, and also by myself, so I just end up eating there was a time where I was like trying to different recipes and I was just eating ice cream bread.
I feel like this is your excuse, like I'm not gonna eat a pint of ice cream, that's gross. But I'll eat bread.
Seriously. Because like a whole pint is a lot, right? But then you put it in thing, you make it into bread, and then you end up eating the whole bread. Yeah. You'd be surprised. Wow. It has like a biscuit consistency.
Where did you learn how to do this?
I've known this for a long time, but I feel like I've heard of it. I had heard of it for a long time, and I might have tried it with like my nephews and nieces at some point. You know, when I'm visiting for Thanksgiving. But having all this time and the capacity to really experiment.
All right, so now I'm gonna ask a dumb question because I have a feeling like me and Sasha are gonna try this week and call it. It works.
Yeah.
But here's my question. So if you use vanilla ice cream, it takes on the flavor of vanilla.
See, you could also put you could get with different toppings or whatever. So
that's what I was about to ask. So if you do like,
it's not like it really. You got to think about it. It almost depending on how hot the oven and how long you keep it. It's not like a dessert bread, but it either tastes like a biscuit or it tastes like a scone, more like a scone type. Depending on the ingredients. So you can have like, if it has like chunks of chocolate or whatever, you could also like swirl that up. Yeah, you can do vanilla, you can do any flavor really, and just like try it out. So play with that. Do that.
Wow.
That's funny to realize how many calories you're ingesting.
Just remember,
it's a lot of calories, a lot of carbs. So
I love when I watch a show and I'm just like, oh, he's just an actor, but Carlos, you know how to cook because you just blew both our minds. Like, what?
I'm gonna start a YouTube page, just like the laziest cooking.
Everything is just 2-ingredient bread. It's just a different kind of ice cream. Just
literally, yeah. It's just like an excuse to continue to buy ice cream for bread.
With the little Muppets and like you teaching them, and it's like it'll be a dope little cooking show.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, thank you so much for jumping on with us. Guys, go watch Gentefied on Netflix. I tell people all the time, support. Even if if the show's not your cup of tea.
Even if you hate it. If you think it's hot garbage. Please. For me. I need residuals.
Like this the only way we're going to succeed as a culture is if we support one another. Like
absolutely.
This show's like the Ashley Garcia show. It's a cute show. It's not my kind of show.
Right, exactly.
Put it on in the background while you clean, whatever you're doing, while you're making 2-ingredient bread. Have it on.
you
helps.
gotta support. Like Baker and the Beauty for me is not my jam, but you gotta watch. You gotta put in to make sure that people know that you're watching and supporting for sure.
Yeah, so guys, go watch it. Netflix Gentefied. Season 2 will be coming back out. I'm excited for that. Can't wait to see that.
Me too.
Hopefully,
I can't wait either.
Hopefully, we see 2 and 3 in bread, dude.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm like, as long as I keep recording from here to here, I'm safe. I'm just like, I've been, so, but as soon as I got to do full body, I'm like, I need 2 weeks. I need, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, make sure you guys follow Carlos on all social media. Of course, it's Carlos, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever he's on. Follow him. And like I always say, the way you can support every artist is just share their work, man.
Yeah,
it goes a long way.
Hey, I'm sorry, let me catch up. But is this gonna be playing later in the YouTube? Like people can watch this later. Can I send this to my mother so she can watch it? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, cut you off.
Guys, Sasha, where can people find you?
You can find me on all social media platforms at Sasha Merci.
And make sure you guys watch, like, share, Dímelo. The episodes are up on YouTube.
Dímelo nicely.
Te lo voy a decir.
And then,
right now it's only...
Erik Rivera comedy on all things, and then go watch my half-hour special. Super
yes, sir.
Max now, so go watch that. Thanks again, Carlos, for hanging out with us, man. And
thank you guys.
Take care, everybody.
I'm gonna go take a nap now because it is.
Yes, I'm going to the beach. Para la playa voy yo. All right, bye.